What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube channel Driving Gears Automotive. Today we're talking about the 5 things that everyone should know before buying their first Subaru and their new Subaru. So let's talk about the 5 things, but also before we actually get to the video, make sure you guys hit the likes button. That really helps a lot. And also, we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers here on Driving Gears Automotive. So let's count down the 5 things that everyone should know before buying their first Subaru. Let's get started. So I know some of these might be straightforward, but something like this can save you in the near future when you're owning your first Subaru. Let's just say, number one, let's say if you're in an emergency and all of a sudden you have a dead battery, but you want to access the hood. Well, since most modern cars, they have their hood props tucked away somewhere, but for these, I'll show you where to access your hood prop and actually open it. Let's show you in the interior. So over here on your driver's side, you want to access the little icon that has the hood prop. And down here, there's a lever. You just flip that open. Then you get your hood prop. So right above the Subaru emblem, there is a hidden little lever. You just slide it left. Don't forget the hood prop. Yeah, you want a hood prop on there. It's open. And then you just stick the hood prop in this little hole right here and just, yeah. Sorry, I want to get it in one try, but I just can't. So here's your battery access. So you take the car that's running really fine, hook the dead battery positive, negative to negative. Start the other vehicle that has a full battery and then run it for 5 minutes, and then you have power to the battery. But don't ever have cars running at the same time, because your alternator will be, you don't want your alternator working together, and it will cause some damage to the computer system and ruin everything else. So that's kind of a thing to access your battery or change your oil, or if you have an emergency, like a hose popped off, or let's just say everything that goes wrong or something, you just get. Now here's something that everyone must know about taking care of their vehicles, especially Subarus, is about changing your oil. How to change your oil properly, how much oil does it take, and what type of oil does it actually take in your vehicle. So you guys have to be wondering, well, what kind of oil does my car take? Let's, for example, see owner's manual. So 0W20 oil. So 0W20 oil. And then probably everyone's asking when they're doing an oil change, well, how much oil do I put into my Subaru? Because I know, it's not as easy as saying, well, I take out 4 quarts out of my engine and then all of a sudden now I just put 4 quarts in. Well, sometimes it's very picky, because this one takes 0W20 full synthetic oil. So make sure with these engines, I think they are probably full synthetic, just to make sure. So now there's an owner's manual in your glove compartment that shows you what type of oil, how much oil does it need, or you can just Google how much oil does my car need, because I know it's not as easy as 4 and 4. It can be like 4 point something or close to 5, because sometimes it can be a little picky about their performance in the engine. And always change your filters, obviously. I'll make sure that you're getting the right filter, like right size filter and all that stuff. So yeah, so if you get like a new Subaru or something, you do have one of those stickers on your windshield on your top right hand side of the driver's side. You do have these little stickers, your information stickers about, when's you need your first oil change. Mine's about 3750. That's my very first oil change that this car needs. So it's sitting about 217 miles at the moment, so it's not even close to there. But just to let you know, what type of oil does it take, 0W20, just refer to this yellow cap right here, and it will tell you how much oil does it need, or what type of oil, like full synthetic 0W20 oil, or 0W30, or whatever, It's same thing with cars like that, it's like you check the yellow cap right here, and just have the engraved F0 W20 or W30 or 5W30. Doesn't really matter. So the next thing you all want to do is talk about how to access your infotainment here on this digital touchscreen. That 6.5 touchscreen as well, and your digital display. So let's just go over the features real quick about what to access. So since you have these controls here, so you have your phone just connected right there, and your contacts book is everything that's accessing this information. Click on that. You have source info, so let's press info, and you have these little switches, these arrows. So push one of these, and it'll give you, scroll down the information about like how many miles you have left in the tank. About a quarter of a tank, so about 80 miles left. How much miles to the gallon do you have? 22.5. And then your reset, and then this is your tire pressure sensor. Let's let you know how much PSI does your tire have, because you can't be rolling around on flat tires or one side's unbalance of air. And this lets you know how much air, so let's say 38, 36, 38, 36. Well, you're supposed to have all four of them be 38s and all that stuff. So just make sure that, because all-wheel drive system can be a little wonky if all of a sudden you mess something up when you're changing a tire or something. So kind of just make sure that your air pressure is good on your tires. But I know there's nothing really on there because it's stationary right now. And then this is your digital speedometer. I do love that feature. I love it. So, and then you have your volume controls for your infotainment system. That brings us to number 4, is how to access your digital 6.5 touchscreen or your 11.6. Basically using all these apps right here. Phone settings. So let's talk about your sound system. So if, let's say, all of a sudden if you want sound coming out of the speaker only, so you go to EQ. So you want to go to EQ and sound position. So this will come to the screen right here. So you have bass, mid, treble. And you just play around with this if you want sound coming from this one. Obviously I can't put music on it, it's copyrighted. So you have bass, mid, so you just play around with the bass, how much bass you want when you're listening to music. You can just switch around to different areas and just scroll around here. I like it in the center because you get full. And then your volume controls, your microphone if you want to call somebody, phone volume, ringtone volume, driver profile, your display screen, VR help, Android Auto, USB, rear camera timeout, factories, and your software, your phone. You have connected of your phone, like you say, the Pixel 5a, 6a. Vehicle information here, time and date, right here. Interior lights, keyless entry, auto door lock, defogger, one-touch lane changer. So that's kind of how to access everything in here. You just press that. Your radio, your phone, your apps, all that stuff. You can just touch all of these and it'll send you to the information that's on this display. Brings us to also number 5 is your lane departure and an anti-collision system. Bringing to you guys here, I'm not gonna obviously drive, but these are your access here for so if you have a base model Impreza or any other base model, these are the only systems you do have. They don't have the SOS thing or whatever this has. This is only a base model, but here's your anti-collision, your lane departure. You can just turn these on and off or if you want to. I think there's also a setting on your infotainment center. I think if you don't want to hear the beeps when it comes on your housings. So there is something right there. You can just change the volume. Add shortcuts, media, phone settings. There's other settings here. Go to general audio screen. Apps. You have apps. You have Pandora, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Yeah, you do have all that. So your climate controls are pretty straightforward and easy. If you want to do AC or something like that, just turn this dial and then and it flips on orange if you want AC. So I have AC right now because I'm cooling my phone down. And here's your traction control systems, your light, because your lights, your light brightness and all that stuff. So you know, what about gas? So there's a bonus here. So for 10 years or so, they have a little picture of a gas pump that lets you know that your gas tank is on one side. And then let's say if your higher level trim level doesn't have a little, you know, little lever, so you just come over here. But mine only has this lever, so flip this open. And then flip it open. So with these other higher trim models, there is a pin somewhere like here, where once you like push down on this, it can just open. And if you want to lock the car, there's a pin that locks the gas door without having the little lever thing to flip it open. All that stuff. So yeah, this will let you access, you know, like all the stuff even in the base model Impreza as well, or other base model Subarus or something like that. You do get the same features. Every base model, just mine is a base model, you get the same features like this in the base model, except for like the Outback, you get a bigger touchscreen, I think. No, I think it's probably the dual touchscreens if you get the base model Outbacks. I think there is. Yeah, but if you get the higher trim level, this comes with a bigger one, the 11.6. It doesn't have this infotainment system right here on the top. It's just a full screen. So yeah, but this is basically all that it is, like how to access everything in your Subaru. 5 things that you should know plus 1. So about 6 things that you should know when buying your first Subaru. Just basic things, very easy things that everyone should know, like how to change your oil, how to service everything. I know spark plugs are a little tedious because you take the quarter panel off, but you know, all that stuff like changing a changing a battery or actually jump starting a battery is pretty easy. Yeah, same thing with any other vehicle. You just jump start a battery, and with the car that's actually already has a full battery, you just take the positive, negative to negative, and then just start it over with the working battery and gives power to the dead battery, because you can't have two things work at the same time because you're gonna ruin the alternator. So yeah, just to let you know, and all that, you know, how to hood prop everything. So you just flip that open and then you off your controls and everything. But yeah, like your CVT transmission, all that stuff, your consoles, how to charge your phone, your climate controls, how to work the infotainment center. I covered all that stuff. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.